You are a true fucking manipulative con artist, aren't you, Fraud? Everybody and their brother knows if that actually happened, you would have already posted that shit everywhere. But again, in true fraud form, it's another episode of The Receipts Are Coming. You must still be on that dial-up internet or something, because I'm still waiting for that proof to load. And now you go as vile, low life as you can. Right, Fraud? Now you want to claim I threatened you and your adult son? That's not petty internet drama anymore. That's a serious accusation. But here's the real issue, Buttercup. If you actually had that proof, it would have been posted the day it supposedly happened. Not months later, not after another live stream, and definitely not after another fucking excuse.
You know what's funny? Hold on, I'm going to say this really quick. This is what bad character of a person Holly is. I have proof of death threats and physical threats of harm to me and my son. Okay? And
you know, Buttercup, you might want to go talk to a doctor about those issues with that Delulu shit going on up in your head. You know, it was one thing dealing with all this little petty drama internet shit. But you're no longer doing the internet drama. You literally put out some very serious fucking accusations here, which never has happened. And I repeat, never has happened. Have I told Lisa I'd push her in front of a bus? Absolutely. I did. Did I say, hey, Lisa, go ahead and take yourself out? Absolutely. I did. But what you're saying here, I never, ever threatened harm to you or your child physically. Your adult son at that. But here, think about this, Buttercup. What doesn't add up is you're claiming for months that you have proof on me about different stuff. And for months now, I've been calling you out on it. And still nothing. But we all know, if you really had proof on something this fucking serious, there's no doubt in anybody's mind that you would have posted it the day that this supposedly happened. But yet, here you are, over there teasing people, and still nothing to fucking show.
Holly's the type that if she knew where I was, she would call my landlord and tell him where I was. Even knowing that he has already issued death threats and threats of bodily harm, she would let him know where we were. That's how trashy of a person she is.
Wow, you're really grasping at straws, aren't you? You're trying to tie me to your landlord in that situation because I said I'd reach out and ask what happened? I'm asking questions. That isn't the same as threatening someone. But yet again, I'm not doing anything you haven't done to others. Am I not correct, Fraud?
Just remember that. That should tell you what she once done to me. Because I've already said in my members live that he was harassing and threatening me. She said I was slandering him.
I'm beginning to think that so-called breast cancer that you so-called had has finally moved to that so-called brain that you supposedly have. As for your members only live, I don't pay to watch that stupid ass shit. And while I'm on this subject, just so you know, Buttercup, I've seen you calling that person in the chats Holly. And again, that just doesn't hit as hard as you think it does. Okay, Buttercup? I don't sit in the chats on your live pretending to be 10 different people like you. I have 1 YouTube account and 2 TikTok accounts that are completely public. And that's it. I think it's hilarious that you have convinced yourself that every person in your chat who disagrees with you must secretly be me. But again, Buttercup, maybe, just maybe, not everyone is there because they support you. A bunch of people are coming over there to see if what you're saying adds up. Do I watch your videos where you get paid your couple dollars through AdSense? Oh, absolutely I do. I'll happily spend that couple of bucks if it helps my point out with the contradictions and beyond that. But Buttercup, you know this because that's where my content comes from. It comes from your own fucking page. Duh.
How can you say something that you know nothing about? Have you seen the text messages? No, you haven't. Because it's nobody's business online.
But yet, Buttercup, let's not forget who made this shit public in the first place. It wasn't me. And say what you will, I knew about this weeks ago before you ever said anything in your members only live. And let's think about this here. It wasn't out weeks ago. It didn't come out until you put it out there. And you already know this. Once you put your own story out publicly, people are going to discuss it. That's how the internet works. And if I think it shows another contradiction of a repeating pattern with you, oh, fuck yes. I'm going to talk about it.
About those, Ted. Not everything of our personal lives is everybody's business. Since you want to dig into mine and make personal shit public, why don't you start showing us your stuff, Holly? Because we know that you're not a good person. Like, I can start pulling shit, but maybe you should. Since you want to talk so much shit about other people, why don't you be honest about your own shit first? But just remember that.
Had a choice.
See, Fraud, here's the difference between me and you. I have never, not one time, ever tried to pretend my past is spotless. Like you did, remember? I have talked about mine many a times. I just don't rewrite it every 6 months depending on what gets me sympathy. And now let me correct something else that came out your pie hole. I didn't make your personal business public. Sorry, Buttercup, you did. Everything I have discussed came from your very own platform, your very own videos, your lives, and your words. And like it or not, Buttercup, once you choose to put your personal business on the internet, people are allowed to have opinions about it. That's not the same thing as exposing something private. And you say, you know I'm not a good person, and you're going to start pulling things on me. Go ahead. If you have something, post it. Like it or not, liar fraud, that's been the theme for months, hasn't it?
I have proof. Just wait. It's coming.
Well, Buttercup, we're still waiting. I don't sit there and say I have mystery receipts. I use what you've already put out there on yourself. So, yeah, remember that. But I'm going to go ahead and end it with saying this because I've been at work since 5:45 this morning, and it is now 10:10 p.m., and I got home probably 45 minutes ago from that thing I have called a job. Because Lord knows we know that's a foreign concept to you. But let's be honest as to why you're putting something this vile about me out there. It's because you know some of your GGs will actually believe it, which so be it. I've made a post. I'm at that point in my life. Go right the fuck ahead. Just judge me. I don't care. But you know putting something out there this vile is a way better attention grabber than sitting there saying,
Oh, somebody slandered me. Holly's criticizing me online.
but you know that just doesn't get the same reaction as claiming that I threatened you and your child. adult child at that. It all goes back to your con artist ways and the emotional manipulation bullshit you're always pulling. But I've said it before, and I'll say it again. You keep talking, and I'll keep posting. Again, buckle up, Buttercup, because this is just the tip of the iceberg. And I'm not going anywhere. Ta-ta for now.